Good evening, fellow Lions, and welcome to the Lions Orientation presentation. My name is Lion Harold Hobson, past District Governor and Global Leadership Team Coordinator for District A711. Tonight's presentation is presented by Zone Chair Lion Rick Mallon of the Dundas Lions Club. The PowerPoint presentation is presented by Region Chair Lion Verona Payne of the Toronto-Kaitoura Lions Club. Lion Rick, please take it away.
Thank you very much, Harold. Once again, I'd like to welcome everybody to this new member orientation session. And I'd like to thank in advance Lion Verona, who's the technical whiz behind our group here. And she will be running the slides and also monitoring the chat. If there are any questions, if you could type it into the chat column, and we will deal with those at the end. With that being said, let's get going. Next slide, please. So who are the Lions? Well, Lions are men and women dedicated to serving those in need, whether in their own community or around the world. We are currently about 1.4 million members in over 200 countries in geographical areas and members of over 48,000 clubs. Next slide, please. Okay, so like every good organization, we have a vision statement to be the global leaders in community and humanitarian service. And our mission statement is to empower volunteers to serve their communities, meet humanitarian needs, encourage peace, and promote international understanding through Lions clubs. Our international motto, actually developed by a Canadian, is "We serve." Our slogan is taken from our name: liberty, intelligence, and our nation's safety, Lions. The Lions has a list of purposes and a code of ethics that set the standards under which all Lions should aspire to adhere to. And you'll hear more about those at a later time. Next slide, please. So the official name of the association is the International Associations of Lions Clubs, or simply Lions Clubs International. Now, Lions are known for using short forms. So if you hear LCI, that is the short form for Lions Clubs International. The Lions name was chosen on a secret ballot over several other entries because the Lion stood for strength, courage, fidelity, and vital action. Our logo consists of a gold L on a blue field and surrounded by a gold circle. On either side of the circle is the profile of a lion's head, one looking back upon a proud past and the other looking forward optimistically towards the future. There have been many changes to the logo over the years, and this is the most current rendition that was accepted at the International Convention in 2017. Next slide, please. When you talk about the International Convention in 2017, that was a historic one. Why? Because it was 100 years previous to that, in 1917, when Melvin Jones and a group of Chicago businessmen founded our first club in Chicago in 1917. In 1920, 3 years later, Lions Club became an international association with the first Canadian club formed in Windsor in 1920. Our local area also was very prominent, as we had two other clubs also join in 1920, the Hamilton Central Lions Club and the Toronto Central Lions Club, both chartered in 1920 to give 3 Canadian clubs and to join the Lions International family. At the International Convention in 1925, our special guest, Helen Keller, challenged the Lions to become Knights of the Blind, hence our focus on work with the blind and vision care. In 1945, Lions Clubs International was instrumental in the drafting of the United Nations Charter. And to this day, we still celebrate a special day at the UN because of this relationship with the Lions. In 1957, the Leo Club was created, and this was as a breeding ground for younger members who would later become part of the Lions Club. One of the major features of the Lions is our International Charitable Foundation, or LCIF, as the acronym is known for, and it was established in 1968 as a charitable arm for our great organization. In 1987, Lions Clubs became the first service organization to admit women as full voting members of the organization. In 1990, Sight First, a program of the International Foundation highlighting the need for working with the blind, was launched as a major fundraiser to increase the benefits to that the International Foundation could do by increasing donations to that fund. And today, we are a network of over, has continued to grow, and we're in over 200 countries and geographical areas. Now, as I said, 2017 was a monumental year. That was our 100th anniversary of service to the community, and we are now in our second 100 years. It was at that time that Lions shifted from a membership ideal to more of an action team model. And you're going to hear more about this coming up with a focus on service, and we will talk about that coming up later. Next slide, please. So now you've heard about the history. Let's talk about our individual clubs. Here is a diagram of your standard club structure. And it's very similar to a lot of other organizations. There is a president and a treasurer and a secretary and a past president. But if you notice the box there on the side, you'll see the Global Action Team member. And this is which they highlighted starting in 2017 as an important part for Lions going forward. They have 3 areas of focus. One is leadership, and this is both personal and club development, as well as training for officers and other members going forward. Secondly, there is a membership component, because we've realized that with more hands, we can perform more service, which is our goal in being a club in the first place. And the third component is the service component. Oh. We wanted to talk about service, both the quantity and which areas we're serving in. Now, with the other changes, you'll note that they've also added a special marketing and communications chairperson, which is a new change from the way it was before. Originally, everything was done by snail mail and telephone calls. Obviously, things have changed a lot since 1917 with Facebook and email and Twitter and all the other social media platforms. It's become more and more important that we take advantage of all the different communication platforms that we have available to both promote our clubs and our projects. Next slide, please. Okay, so now the important thing, the one thing that is missing when we're talking about this is your own personal club information. As you can appreciate, we have 80 plus clubs in our district. And to give you a history and years chartered and special projects for all of these would be very time consuming. So the presentation we're doing tonight is a general overview, and we'd ask you to, at your club meeting, get the specifics for your particular club. When they started, the special projects. For example, my club, the Dundas Club, we run an annual Rib Fest every year, which is our major fundraiser. In a club like Mississauga Central, one of their major projects is the Farmers Market. And then if you're a Blue Jays fan and you've been down to the ball games, on those days when you see them handing the free giveaways out, that's a special project of the Weston Lions Club. So as you can see, there are many different things all across the area. Find out what is special and significant for your club. Next slide, please. So you saw the election and the standard club format. The club elections are held annually. The Lions year goes from July 1st to June 30th of the following year. So not calendar year, but July 1st to June 30th. And the club president would anoint a nominating committee in around March. And the nominating committee would present a slate of candidates, accepting nominations from the floor, of course. The club votes on these usually by the end, usually in April, so that the information about the new officers can be submitted to both Lions Clubs International and the district, and also so that any training necessary can be done for these Lions prior to the start of their term on July 1st. Next slide, please. So now we've talked about the individual club. Now we need to talk about the district and multiple district. Next slide, please. So you hear us talk, when you talked about Lions International, and we said we started off with the first club in Canada. Well, here you can see, so we are part, because we were the first one, we are multiple district A. These are the 10 districts that make up the current multiple district A in Southern Ontario. And our district is a district A711. Next slide, please. So our specific district is called A711. And this is basically Hamilton, Alton Peel, and Toronto. Again, the next slide, please, Harold. So what does it take to be a district? Well, there are over 750 districts around the world with 35 or more clubs in each. And to be a district, you need to have at least 120 or 1,250 members. Multiple districts are formed by two or more districts that join together within a specific area. So as you heard, our multiple district is A, based here in Southern Ontario. Our district is A711. At one point, we were District 7 and District 11, but due to the 1,250 member requirements in past times when the numbers dropped low, the two districts amalgamated to form a district to meet the requirements, and that's why we're 711. Now, our district is divided into 6 regions. Each region is made up of 2 zones. So all of these people will have somebody to represent them, very much like an election. And there are 18 representatives on the district voting cabinet, 6 region chairmen, 1 for each of the 6 regions, and 12 zone chairmen, one for each of the 12 zones. I just want to highlight again the box there where you see the global action team, the same as the club focus on leadership, service, and membership development. The district also has the same team, and the district coordinators work with the club coordinators to help make things go smoothly. We also have the standard secretary and treasurer, and we do a first and a second vice governor to assist the governor, much like you would have a president and a first and second vice president. The region chairs and the zone chairs are there, and they all are the voting members of the district cabinet, and they are elected annually at the district convention. The district operating committee and the service committees are appointments made by the district governor to do different, perform different functions to allow the district to continue to operate. Next slide, please. So our current, this is our current leaders. You might, for those that were on early, you might have heard our district governor, Sandy Harel-Jourdan. Sandy is actually attending another meeting. There's always a meeting to go to, and she's jumping back and forth. So she is our governor for the Lions year 2021-2022. Our immediate past district governor is Terrence Richard from the Thistletown Lions Club. Our first vice governor is Ferdy Cordnell, who's joining us tonight. And our second vice governor is Ann Stevens, who's also joined us today. Our cabinet secretary is Rolando de la Cruz, and he is here. And our treasurer is Alex Teleniak, and he's here. And again, the three important jobs that we talked about. The membership chair for the district is Jeff Friedman. Our host who's here tonight, past district governor Harold Hobson, who's the leadership chair for the district, and the service team chair is Rudy Misner, and his job is really, and one of the things we're really pushing on this year is when the clubs do good work, please report it to Lions International, because they are using this to promote the good works we're doing. They are also doing ads. I don't know if anybody else sees them, but I'm flipping onto the, I'm a big baseball fan. And as I'm flipping through the baseball news, I'm getting pop-up Lions Club ads, the Lions serve and serving you with kindness popping up on the side. So it's at things like by submitting the service projects we're doing, Lions are using that information to say, okay, what are the interests of our members and where can we best promote our causes and our projects? So it's very important that we get that reported. Also a part of the district governor's team are the 17 region and zone chair people that were elected at last year's virtual convention, as well as 16 district chairpersons chairing the 16 different projects of interest to Lions in our district. So at the district convention, we have an annual convention to do the business of the district. The district is an incorporated nonprofit registered corporation, of which all of the clubs are members. And the district convention is held to conduct the general business of the district, but also to share the fellowship of our fellow Lions from all the clubs in the area. We have elections, we have training sessions, and we discuss different service projects. We have actually been doing conducting a service effort at the last couple of in-person conventions to really reinforce that, yes, service is what we're all about. We did a clothing drive at one. We were sorting recycled eyeglasses for shipping out to those in need around the world at the convention. So it's a great way to show the good works that we do. And we, as well as conducting seminars and sharing in the fun, which is really what it's all about. Our next district convention will be February the 8th, or Friday, April the 8th till the 10th at the Sandman Signature Hotel in Mississauga. You'll hear more information about this coming up, but I would encourage everybody to strongly consider coming down. They do it at a minimal charge to make it easy for all those to attend. And even if you can't stay for the whole thing, consider coming down for part. It's a great way to meet other Lions, to hear about some of the things that they're doing, share some of the things that we're doing as well, so that we can all, you might pick up that one idea that maybe your club hadn't thought about, that said, oh, that was something we could do that we could really might be fun. So it's a great way to learn and share. Next slide, please. So so we have a club, and then we have a district, and now we have a multiple district. And again, I want to highlight, if you there again, you see the Global Action Team box, where at every level, leadership, membership, and service is an important component. And again, the member from the club team is part of the district team, and the district team is part of the multiple district team, so that there's a sharing of information, both from the club up and from the higher ups back down, so that everybody's on the same page. These are all elected positions. So and again, the council has a secretary and a treasurer, and the members of this committee, the voting members, are all of the governors from all of the districts in multiple district A. So for example, Lion Sandy is actually at an MDA meeting tonight, and she is representing our district as one of the 10 voting members, as well as the secretary and the treasurer and the chairman at that meeting. And then they have additional chair people for different projects, again, that are appointed to fill in, to link the sharing of information between the districts for Lions projects. Next slide, please. So now we come to Lions Clubs International and our head office. So you heard that Lions started in 1917 in Chicago, and hence our international headquarters is in Oak Brook, Illinois, which is just outside one of the suburbs of Chicago. And here you see a picture here. There are approximately 275 staff members that work in 11 different divisions for the International Association, dealing with such things as organizing the international convention, the district and club administrations, finance, information technology, leadership development, of course, legal, the very important Lions Clubs International Foundation, marketing, membership, member operations and support, and service activities. Next slide, please. Again, these might be names that you'll hear of over the whole year. So our current international president, just elected at our first international virtual convention, is Douglas Alexander from the United States. Our immediate past president is Dr. Choi, And he's one of the few Lions that actually served 2 years as president. Because of COVID, we weren't able to have an election at the International Convention in 2019, and Dr. Choi graciously stayed on for a second year to continue leading our great organization. And again, we have a first vice president is Brian Sheehan from the United States. Our second international vice president is Dr. Patty Hill from Edmonton, and she will be international president in 2 years. And at that time, she'll be the third international president from Canada. Our third international vice president is Fabio Olivieri from Brazil, and he was elected in Montreal and will serve the convention from there. The club, the international board is also made up of 17 second-year international directors and 17 first-year international directors. What this is there are 30, the world is divided into constitutional areas, and each one is awarded an international director based on the number of members and the population in that particular area. We are in constitutional area 2, and we qualify for 1 international director. And our international director at this time is Al Snyder and he's from Southern Ontario here, and he just got elected in Montreal and will be serving for a 2-year term. And so these are all the members of the international board, as you see here, that will be voting, and they basically meet to promote Lions and to inspire us to continue our good work. The next slide, please. As I said, the International offers intimate policy and service inspirational leaders for the Lions of the world, and they form the governing body of the International Association, and it's this group that puts forward any constitution and bylaw changes that get voted on each year at the International Convention. The next slide. So that's the business side of it. One of the things that's very important that Lions have realized is the need to recognize good works. Sometimes it's and so we have a number of ways to do it. These are just a couple. So they have what they call membership keys. So a key is obviously the more members you have, the more service work that you can do, the more projects that you might be able to undertake, the more money you have a chance of raise, the more good that you can do in your community and around the world. To recognize the Lions that are bringing in new members, they have what they call special keys, which are just small lapel type pins that for varying numbers of sponsoring new members. They also like to recognize years of service, and this is the Chevron program. So starting on 5-year intervals, International will send out a little dangler chevron that attaches to your Lions pin, lapel pin, and it designates your years of service in the club. And you get one for every 5 years of service. So at 5, 10, 15, 25. So it's basically a bar, and then the 5 for the 10-year things, and then the it's a half bar for the 5-year intervals up until 45 years. Once you get to 45, they found that the bars were getting to be too big, so they started spelling it out. We have Lions that have 40 and 50, even 60 years of service, and it's this ongoing work and the experience that they are sharing with some of our newer Lions that allow us to continue to be such the good organization that we are. They have realized that this sponsor recognition is very important because it's because membership is by invitation. It's very important that we say thank you to those that are inviting people in. And the extension award is for starting new clubs. And again, it's very similar to sponsoring new members, only it's a larger reward. It's a larger undertaking, so they make it a little bit different award, but again, very important here. Next slide, please. So we talk about the convention to do the business of our local area, be it the district or the multiple district, while the international convention brings the Lions from all the world together for a week of business, for a week of education and training, for celebrating the good works that we do. And I think that celebrating is a very important thing to say, because all work and no play is not, doesn't make service work fun. And we like to say that when we're doing our service projects, we're having fun. And part of that is getting together with our fellow Lions and sharing the fellowship and having a good time, and recognizing the good things that we do. In 2021, as I said, we had our first virtual convention. It was supposed to have been taking place in Montreal, but it was virtual instead. 2022 was supposed to have been in New Delhi, India. Because of the COVID situation there, for the safety of members around the world, they had to make a decision, and the international board made the decision to delay the convention in New Delhi until a future year. And Montreal graciously stepped forward and said that they would host the convention in 2022, as they weren't able to do it last year. So the 2022 convention will be in Montreal. And then because it is such a big undertaking, it's not uncommon to have 25 to 35,000 people at the international convention. Obviously, it takes a lot of planning. So you have to do it a number of years out. So for the next few years, we're looking at Montreal in 2022, Boston in 2023, 2024 is Melbourne, Australia, and 2025 is Mexico City. And as you say, they try and be 4 years out because of the planning that it takes to do the convention, so that the host committees in each area can put the best foot forward to make sure that the Lions are well looked after. And then as each one comes up, they allocate the next one for the following year, so that we're always 4 years out. I did speak about the Lions International Foundation. This is probably one of the biggest charities in the world. It was founded in 1968 as the official foundations of Lions Clubs International, and empowers the Lions to continue the great service work that they do. Some of it is providing grants for large-scale humanitarian projects. For example, disaster relief is huge for our foundation. But it also helps Lions projects as well. Our district was just lucky. So we just received a matching grant from the International Foundation for our Avery Fund, which is a childhood cancer fund set up to help in any way we can to alleviate this devastating issue in our communities. And the first part of this was the first thing that this fund did was they applied for and got a grant for 6 monitors for McMaster's Children's Hospital to assist in the cancer research that they're doing there with regards to pediatric cancer. So a great start. And we got a $63,000 matching grant from the Lions International Foundation. It totally relies on donations. So it's like an investment fund where they have a large capital project, and it's the interest that they award each year on the grants that they can give out to support these projects. I mentioned earlier about Sites First, which was one of the first projects that they did for fundraising for the Lions International Foundation. And right now they're in the 4th year of a 3-year program, extended for 1 year because of COVID. And they called it Campaign 100 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Lions International. They started it in 2017. It was supposed to end last June, but it's been added 1 more year they want to raise $300 million in additional funding for the International Foundation to allow us to continue our good work. It seems like we're not the biggest secret anymore, and with more and more disasters and more projects, the need is ever growing. So the more money we have available, the more assistance that we can do. Next slide, please, Verona. So the foundation's been going for over 50 years. They've already committed over $120 million in disaster relief funding. They provided 16 million children with the opportunity to participate in the Lions Quest program, which is a program that's about making good lifestyle decisions, especially based in school-age children. So we've been working hard in that with regard to in conjunction with the teachers and schools to allow the children to make good choices here. Again, with our continued commitment to vision and eyesight, 91 million or 9.1 million cataract surgeries have been provided for. And one of the other things, we partnered with the Gates Foundation, and millions of children were vaccinated for measles. Again, partnerships and working together. As well as the foundation, Lions Clubs International provides training and development opportunities for the individual Lions. The global leadership team, both at international and multiple district, and our district and our club, are a driving force behind programs that include club and district officer training, the Regional Lions Leadership Institute, Emerging Lions Leadership Institute, which is for younger Lions, Advanced Lions Leadership Institutes, which is for those that are thinking of being district governor or serving on a district capacity. For those that want to be instructors, they have a Faculty Development Institute. They have a certified instructor program as well. They run training programs for district governors and district governors-elect. The multiple district has training programs as well. They also provide funding to the districts to run training programs and webinars and meetings like this, just so that people can be more aware of opportunities and programs that are available to them. There's also a Lions Learning Center, which is available online through Lions Clubs International, and there's a Lions University as well that has programs and courses that can help the individual lion, be it effective speaking or time management or a number of different topics like that may help in the personal development of our members and our clubs to allow everybody to grow and be the best they can be. Next slide, please, Verona. But what we are all about is service. And you heard me talk about the 5 global projects that the service team adopted in specifically in 2017. In our 100th, we recognized 5 major service areas for worldwide, and they are diabetes, which ties in very much with our vision history, because diabetes is now one of the major causes of blindness worldwide. Also, we put hunger and the environment and childhood cancer. Now, these are, again, global projects. That doesn't mean this is all that Lions do, but these are the 5 areas that are adopted worldwide as global projects that Lions may be interested in working on. There's also the chance for other local things, like if you decide that you're going to be putting in a new park or a swimming pool or community buildings or things like this. Those are all things that are very important for your community too. So that's that, but these are the ones that are recognized worldwide. Next slide, please. So now we come to membership. Well, obviously the benefits of the members are the most important part of the club, and without members, the clubs don't exist. And if the clubs don't exist, then there's no Lions International. So obviously members are very important. So we want them to be, we want it to be an enjoyable event for them, and so that they'll want to stay and continue to be a part of our group, and to bring more of their friends and family and relatives in to also join us. So we're part of a global community for good. There's supports and tools and resources to help us to provide the service. There are leadership development opportunities available, be it in training or in actually in running projects, both on a club and higher level. And I think this is one of the major ones, the satisfaction and joy of helping those that really appreciate the service project that we're doing. There's not this on somebody's face because you help them out in their time of need, or the little things like you were a sponsor on their baseball team and they're just happy that they could play, or you're a sponsor of a local community team, and it's because of them that somebody who maybe couldn't afford to got a chance to be a part, got an opportunity, to play. Those are the things that are important, as well as networking opportunities with both the local people and other community leaders. We are a great group of people. there's a lot of friendship and fellowship with that take place at our meetings. And again, we're all just service-minded people working together to do things that we couldn't do by ourselves, but by joining together, we can make a difference. And it's that respect and credibility that comes with being a part of an international service organization as a Lion. Next slide, please, Verona. So it's every individual member's job to ensure your club has a continued influx of new people. None of us are getting any younger. We're just getting better. But with more hands, we can do more service. And it's when you bring new people in, they come in with new ideas, and they maybe can identify new areas that or a new service or a new project that we can do to make our community and our area a better place to live. They have many different programs designed to help stimulate and growth in the membership field. We have family memberships and student memberships. We have a Leo to Lion program. We have Leo Cubs, and we have club branches. Next slide, please, Verona. In addition to adding new members, we also talk about forming new clubs. And this is identifying either a new service or an underserved areas. So there are your traditional Lions clubs, but there are also, and this has become especially prevalent because of COVID, there are specialty Lions clubs, and there are online clubs that don't actually physically meet. They do all of their meetings online. There are Lioness Lions clubs. There are Leo clubs, which is the younger group. We have special school campus Lions clubs. We have clubs that are just dedicated, and we have one in our district, the Greenscapes Club, that is a specialty interest club to do with guide dogs, which is a major project in this area for the Lions Canada Foundation. The next slide, please. This is the page that everybody wants me to skip over, but this is a very important one, and it's dues and budgets. So first off, dues. Okay, to be a member of a Lions Club, there is a cost. The international dues, and they are billed in US dollars, just because even though we're in 200 countries, they pick one currency, and because our head office is in Chicago, everything is billed in US dollars and then converted. The international dues are $43 US, and they're billed semi-annually on July 1st and January 1st. So $21.50 in July and $21.50 in January, US dollars. The district and multiple district also have a small charge to allow them to cover the expenses of administering their programs. The district is 10, and the multiple district is $17.50 for a total of $27.50 Canadian, and that's billed annually, usually in September. And I know those bills are out now. Then the other any other dues would be as determined by the club. Some clubs to cover things like liquor liability insurance or board of directors insurance or things like that. Each club runs two separate bank accounts. One is called the activities account, and one is the administrative account. Activities accounts is basically money that we raise from the community. And the one thing that Lions are internationally known for is we don't take a cut. So 100% of the money that we raise goes into the projects that we say they're going to go to. So the administration account is things like dues. It might be like the 50-50 draw that you do at your club meeting. It could be the proceeds from the bar that you might have. It could be money donated by members or things like that is not raised from the community as a whole, but is raised just among the club themselves, and that comes out of the admin budget. The next slide, please. So now we're talking about some of the membership programs. So because we're a mixed group, and they did realize that for a family, it may be prohibitive to pay full costs, but then why am I sending all of this? What, like if I have 4 people in a family all residing in one residence, why would I need to send them 4 magazines or a cop or all of this stuff when they can just share it among the family? So International recognized this, and so they have a family membership program where the first member or the head of the household, or however you want to decide that, pays the full international dues. Up to 4 additional family members residing at the same residence would only pay half. So if you, for example, had a husband and wife that were both members, then one would pay full and one would pay half of the international dues, so that it cuts the cost down a little bit, and yet they can both be a member of the same group. And the maximum number in the family membership is 5. Next slide, please. So you heard us talk about the campus clubs. Well, the students don't pay an entrance fee. For regular Lions, the entrance fee is normally $35 US. However, because of COVID, International has a special program on right now that there is no entrance fee payable until December 31st of 2021. So if you're a new member joining now, there's no entrance fee, which is normally $35. Again, we go back to the student one here, and they pay only half the international dues through to age 30, as long as you're a full-time student. Again, they're working. So the LEOs is a program for teenaged and younger adults, sort of pre-Lion stage, if you want to say it. And they've adapted a special program for the Leo progressing to Lions. And they said, well, you've been in serving the association, and we appreciate your previous service. So there's no charge to change from being a Leo to a Lion. So the entrance fee is gone. And again, you pay half the international dues through to age 30 to encourage these younger people to stay a part of the Lions family and continue to help serve their community as part of the Lions group. So the communications is extremely important. As I said, things have changed so much. It used to be you used to get all your bills in the mail. Now you get them. Now you get them on your computer by email. So we communicate in many different ways. The Lions magazine is both a hardcover or a hard copy and an electronic communication method that the Lions have. It comes out quarterly, and in our particular case, we get the multiple district A version, which is specifically geared for the Lions of Ontario. Obviously, you heard about this message by email, and email and Zoom is going to be one of the most important things for the next while anyway, but it's a great way to allow us to get together without having to physically meet, yet we can still do meetings or training sessions or plan projects or whatever. So emails and Zoom, I put them in the same category as great methods of communication. Lions International has a website, lionsclubs.org. Every member will have a individual, will have a membership number and their email registered when they signed up for, filled out their membership application. And you use that to sign on to the Lions International website. And then you can go in and look at all of the training tools and find out about your club, or if you're going on holidays and you want to visit a club in a particular area, you can just log on and type in the area they're going to, and it'll tell you give you the contact information, where they meet on which day, and you can join into a meeting wherever you happen to go in the world. There are also Lions on Social Network. They're on, of course, there's 2 or 3 different groups on Facebook. There are Lions Clubs on Twitter. There are Lions Clubs on YouTube. So as we're getting on, we're trying to get on to as many of these social network platforms as possible, based on the needs of our members and the people that are showing interest in being part of our group. And so if you have somebody that is, if this is something that you're interested in, please let your club know, because they're always looking for people that can help to spread the good news and share the information of the things that we do across these platforms. And I think that brings us to the end of the thing, and almost right on time. I said an hour and we're 65 minutes. So are there any questions? And Verona, is there any comments in the chat?
Lion Rick, I'm not seeing any questions yet in the chat.
Okay, I see Lion Rowley had his hand up there. Did you have a question, Rowley?
Not really a question, but I am very impressed with the presentations that you did tonight. It was so comprehensive, and you actually, it's a well-balanced presentation in a sense that what you were talking about the facts of international, the presentation, plus the examples connecting it with our district was very well done. Good job, Lion Rick.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So I guess the one comment I'd like to again mention is, so the idea of this presentation was an overview for anybody who was interested in any Lions Club, in this particular case in A711 or MDA. It is a general overview, but the one thing that is really missing is the individual club information. So that is something that I hope you would, you take this information and then you go back to to your club and you say, okay, well, what is, so tell me about our special, like our special projects, or the projects we've done or the projects we're going to do, so that I can feel part of the history and the service that ties us all together. Both, as you say, the two-headed lion, appreciating what's gone on before and looking forward to the great things we can do going forward.
So Lion Rick, Lion Delphine Palilio has a question in regards to Does it mean a husband and wife members of a club can pay half of the LCI, uh, pay
So
half of the LCI dues with full fees for the district and club dues?
that's as long as as long as they're in the same club, and then yes, they qualify for a family, which is 100% for or full for the first and half for the second.
Yeah, but he's also saying LCI dues with full fees of our district and club dues. Okay.
That's right. It's only for that only applies to the Lions Club's to the international portion. The district and the multiple district, it doesn't apply there.
Yeah, good.
Lion Aid, you have your hand up. Is that ADE?
Lion, yes, Lion AB.
AB,
Yes,
do you have a question?
yes, I actually have a question. I was wondering if it was possible to get the deck or the presentation used today, or is there any way I could get similar information?
The copy of the presentation, Harold, is it? It's recorded and going to be on the website?
Yes, it's mostly recorded. I just missed the first 10, 15 minutes of it.
Okay.
But, yes, it'll be on the website.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask what club she's in, please? Thank you.
Oh yes, I'm in the Tinseltown Lions
Era?
Club. Yeah.
Tinseltown New Era or Tinseltown the senior?
Okay.
Tinseltown and Toby Cole. Is that the senior?
Well, so there's let's see, is
There's
Andrea.
a Tinseltown New Era and Tinseltown, the original, the other club.
She's the parent.
She's the
Oh, she's with
parent?
the parent club. Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
I was
Thanks,
looking
Lion
for you.
Andrea.
I was looking
Yeah.
for you, Andrea, to say, oh, okay.
I don't know her. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, that's something else to know about my club, right? The
Yeah.
parent
Yes.
Tinseltown Club. Okay, that's interesting to know. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Lion Rick, I want to say to you that it was a great presentation. I want to say to everyone that is here, one of the things about being a Lion is, like life, the more you know, the more you don't know. And if in doubt, ask questions of anyone in your club or the leadership, the people that you see in these calls, because they're here to help you, to mentor you, to help you be a better Lion.
Lion Rick?
Yes, Lion Emma.
Lion Sam, as the marketing and communication chairperson for the district, I would like to encourage new Lions to, to project a good public image, because it's very important to promote awareness and enhance our Lions Club. As the marketing and communication chairperson, I encourage each Lions to play an important role in their club. To investigate if your club have a marketing and communication chairperson. If not, reach out to your club's president. And if you need any assistance, our marketing community is here to assist you. If you need any information regarding any ideas, promoting your club image in the community, you can invite one of us on the marketing and communication committee, and we can come out and either a video meeting, then we can assist you to promote your club's activity. So again, you can reach out to myself. My name is Lion Atma, or you can reach out to anybody from the district government team, so that we can assist you. We can work together to improve awareness of your club in the community, so that so we can be able to build this this noble organization. Thank you, Lion Rick.
Thanks, Emma. So I should say, so anybody, if your club doesn't have a Facebook page, for example, then the marketing communications team, they're the people that they're the experts that can point you in the right direction to to get that up as part of your feature for your club. Sorry, Verona.
Oh, that's okay. I would just like to commend Lion Rick for his presentation today. I had no doubt that you would have excelled at this presentation, and it was wonderfully done. So congratulations again, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you doing more orientation sessions. Thank you.
Thanks, Verona.
Absolutely.
I guess, and I'm going to just add into that to say, so there are a couple of sayings you hear going around. Where there's a need, there's a lion, is one of the favorites that I hear. Well, the Lions had a need. I'm just the fill-in because actually the original presenter was supposed to be Julian Austin, who's a past region chairman and a member of the faculty development team that's available for our district. And due to health issues, Lion Julian wasn't able to make the presentation, and Harold asked me if I could step in. So with a lot of help from Verona and the presentation that they had done earlier, it was real easy for us to, it made my job real easy just to step in and especially without having to worry about clicking any buttons, because Verona's doing all the hard work in the back, which is good. I think it's the other thing I'd really like to say is, so we've got some new people here, which is great. I'm for those that came early, I think the newest potential Lion at the on the call right now is probably Joe Costigan from Dundas. He's been he attended his first Lions function last Tuesday. We had a steak barbecue where he met our members, and he was at his first service project on Sunday. So and it's people like that. Just as I say, Joe's one of my neighbor that lives just around the corner, and semi-retired, and his wife knows my wife, and we're all at that sort of same age type thing where we've got a little bit more time maybe than we had before, and we'll just want to do something to make the community a little bit better. And he's a real fun guy too. So all of those things. Does that sound like anybody you know? Because that could be somebody that we maybe need to bring to the next one, because we're always looking for new people to come in and to be part of our group. So thanks for joining in, Joe. But again, to everybody else, the easiest way to get new people to join is to ask them. Because if you don't ask them, they're not going to come. And Joe was harassed by 2 or 3 of us. So he said, finally, yes, I'll come. Stop bothering me. So, but seriously, neighbors or friends or people you walk the dog with or whatever, those are people that maybe share in the same things that you do. You're walking the same path along the community trail there. Geez, maybe that's a project we could do. We could do a cleanup along the side here, get a group of people. Hey, fabulous community service project, get some similar minded people, and the community is better for it. So just a quick example of how you might maybe pick up some new people and that can join in our group. But anyway, are there any other questions?
I don't have a question. I just want to acknowledge about 4 members of large members for the Tisseltown New Era. I have Lions Cheryl Sam, who joined us last week from Guyana. She's online.
Fabulous.
Lion Linford from Antigua is online. Lion Catherine Moyes from Barbados is online.
Oh, wow.
Lion Dorothy from Jamaica, but visiting Barbados right now. She's online. And I have a few new members also. Lion Donna is online. Lion Marcel was just initiated last Friday night. She took the she took the role of being our Leo advisor, and she's online right now.
Oh, great.
And I have the secretary, the vice president, the treasurer is online, and a few other members to name. So I just want to give them a shout out and thank you all for taking the time for coming out.
Thanks for joining us.
Fabulous. Thank you.
I want to bring to your attention, this is a key thing.
You're welcome.
There are no walls around clubs, around zones, regions, or districts for that matter. The world is flat and members of Lions clubs can be from wherever.
Yes, great presentation, Lion Rick, from Dundas Lions Club. And I just want to also mention that we have some other orientation sessions coming up this fall and also in the new year. And on the September 29th, we're going to have a Lions mentoring session. So please join us for that. And then in October, we have Lion Phoebe is going to do the board of directors leadership training that evening. So please join us for that. So we'll be sending out notifications on that. So we're looking forward to seeing you all again. And thank you so much for joining in tonight. And if you have any more questions, Lion Rick is.
I've just noticed in the chat, Harold, that there is a question. If Alliance member retains his ID, will a member retain his ID if he stops renewing his membership for more than a year? Let
me try that.
Okay.
Typically, if you leave a club for more than 6 months, you may lose it. But I have actually had members come back to Lions as much as a year and a half later. And as long as they know what their number was before, we can get them reassigned to that number so they maintain their history.
Yes, they just may lose their service time as a Lion.
Mm-hmm. Unless the club has history of that. I know, so we have a couple that left and came back. And they obviously lost the time when they weren't active, but because we had records, they accepted all of the past service, so that stays.
Okay.
And the second part of that is if a charter member leaves the club for a couple of years and then returns, does he retain his status as a charter member? Well, if you're once a charter member, you're always a charter member. That just means that you were a member in the first year. So that just stays with you regardless. You were on the list, sort of the first year list. So yes, I don't think that there's no, that doesn't change.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. In regards to that, Alan Rick, yes, to add up now, in whatever club that a particular charter member joins, you're right in the sense that his classification in that club will be transfer charter members. So he retains charter membership title. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Both screens?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So I guess now's a good time to, we've been with 25 minutes of questions. We've hit our, my club always says, if you can't say it in a little over an hour, you shouldn't say it and stop talking and go home. So I'm going to take their advice. I'd like to thank everybody on behalf of our leadership chair, Harold, who's been doing a fabulous job because he has to attend all of these seminars, whether he's giving them or not, to all of the members of cabinet and to everybody that attended tonight. I hope it was an enjoyable session for you. If you have any questions, feel free to email any of us. We are all on the, you can contact us either through your club or by email. And we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. And if we can't answer them, we'll get the answer for you. That's the nice thing about Lions. If you don't know the answer, there's somebody around that does, and we'll get it to you. And again, thanks for coming, and thanks for being a part of our service group, because service is what we're all about.
Rick?
Yep.
I want to bring everybody's attention to www.a711lions, all one word, .ca. When you go there at the top, you've got buttons where you can see all of the cabinet officers. You can look up all of the clubs. And when you go through those cabinet officers, the emails are underlined. And if you click on them, that gives you the actual means of reaching them if you haven't got the email addresses already.
Yes. And Governor Sandy, would you like to say a few words?
Yes. Thank you, PDG Harold. And thank you all very much for joining us this evening. Lion Verona, thank you for being there as a support. And Lion Rick, thank you. Job well done. All of you. Amazing. Thank you all very much. And I hope you're taking back some information with you. As we have reinforced over and over again, we are just a phone call away. So please feel free to pick up the phone and call us or send us an email. Okay, there's lots of help and there's lots of support. Thank you all very much. Have a good night, and we'll see you again soon.
Okay, thank you.
Right.